What's going on, guys? This is my second live coming through. I just want you guys to know that they just stole all your SNAP benefits, and there's nothing you could do about it. You may be crying right now. You may be saying that it is so unfair what happened. Meanwhile, the government just got opened. But I'll tell you about AI ATM that exposed. What they don't want you to know, okay? I broke it down all that in my life. And I'll be telling you how you can be securing your very own systems. But these are the systems you need to kind of understand how it works. Because again, let me tell you something. Things have been happening right now where people are not thinking about. Okay, they've been thinking about certain things, but they haven't been like going all the way out and taking advantage of it. So I want you to just know exactly what you need to be doing when you come through. Just understand what you think is happening is not what is happening. Don't believe them. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I was hoping you guys are tapping in and you're learning some stuff, but I was going to teach you some stuff that you probably don't understand. Okay, and the reason you don't understand is because people they literally been lying to you about what you can and can't do. Yeah, they've been lying to you, but I'm here to teach you some stuff. Did you know that you can literally become your own ATM? Do you know that you can literally become your own ATM? And I'm not making this shit up. Make sure that's getting to where it needs to get to. You all know my daily goals. I already told you my daily goals. I'm gonna put this sticker up real quick, okay? Bam, I just put it up. So I gotta get to make it to that amount. That's where I gotta get to. Okay. But let me tell you guys something that you don't realize. Each time that you come to this live, each time that people are telling you, you actually are gaining points, okay? And the points that you're gaining is going to be deducted at some point. When no point intended. You know, I do like 3 or 4 points, yeah. So, but that's not all. I'm also going to be telling you that at some point, you need to know exactly what you need to be doing, because nobody's going to come tell you that this is what you need to be doing, right? They're just going to come through. First of all, they're going to say, hey, we see that you're coming through. We understand what your life is about, but we don't understand how that impacts me. But the question I'm going to ask you is, do you understand what it is to go ahead and tap into an algorithm that just changed? Do you understand what that means? When an algorithm just reset, and the reset for that algorithm has been, people have been talking about it for a while. You just didn't know about it. Okay? I'm going to tell you, normal people, giant pillars, building and defeating insurmountable odds. You're a normal person, you're a giant pillar, and you're building and you're defeating insurmountable odds. Like, people did not think that they could literally not have to work for 40 days. Well, what I mean by not have to work, not have to get paid for 40 days until they did it, right? So the government shutdown is now telling them that, hey, you don't have to work. You see, we can make you literally just work for free, which means at some point they can just bring back slavery, y'all. They can say slavery is back on, and what are you going to do? You're going to say, oh, I don't want to be a slave. Is that what you're going to do? Because that's all they were doing. They were testing you. They were seeing that, you know, if you can do the things that they're telling you to do. But some people just literally gave up. And I'm like, no, I don't need to give up. So that's why right now, if you think about what's happening, and if you see how that is actually impacting everybody in the scenes, it makes for a better conversation, right? Conversation starter. And this is not just a conversation, it's stuff that's happening every day. It's stuff people are talking about. For example, they're saying to themselves, is it really worth it to go to work every day? Or can I just start getting on this app to start learning what I should be doing for myself anyway, right? And the thing you should be doing for yourself anyway is believing in yourself, believing that you can do and you can achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. Do me a quick favor when you come to my live. I have these goals, tap in. Okay, I'm not telling you that you should be helping me, but it does help me continue to come live to do what I'm doing. Okay, so tap in, like, share, subscribe, do something. Don't just sit there and look at me. Okay, I'm gonna do my part to push this to the algorithm so it can get reset. I just did my part. So do your part when you come in. Okay, make sure if you see daily goals posted right here, there's a reason it's posted. Make sure you kind of helping with that process. The only thing I'm going to do right now too is I'm probably going to just go ahead and do my service bio real quick. I'm going to preview that. And so you're welcome to my focus skilling, where we help people discover new career paths through empowering ebooks, coaching services, and curated solutions. Yes. So that's really what we're doing right now. We're helping people discover this, and we're telling you, like, you know, at the end of the day, you need to be able to kind of tap in, right? Can I get a yes? Okay, yes. You need to tap in. You need to kind of like meet me where I am, because some people just, they don't think what I'm saying makes sense. And I'm like, you know what? You need to be able to learn with me. Yes, learn with me, and I'm gonna tell you what's going on. And I'll tell you exactly why this is important, because it may not be important to you right now, but it may be important to somebody else. Yes, it may literally be the difference between somebody coming through and leveling up with themselves and somebody also saying that they don't understand what's going on with the economy, right? Because I just heard word that the consumer price index is not going to be showing up again. They said the consumer price index is not going to be showing up, and they're blaming the shutdown for the reason why you're not going to know how expensive things are right now. For the reason you're not going to know about why some people just right now, they don't know what to do. Because let's look at it. Even if they come back to work, there's this cold spell right now that's happening. There's this cold spell. So let me tell you, normal people and giant pillars. I already told you about that, right? Building and defeating insurmountable odds. What does that mean? That means you're in a situation where you find yourself not quite where you want to be, but you have to do something, right? You have to level up. You have to say, hey, if I do this, this is going to happen. If I do that, that's going to happen. But that's why I was saying, like, the AI right now that's doing a lot of things, people are not realizing that it could be done. They're not realizing that this AI that they've been putting away to the side is actually what's going to help them understand what needs to happen, okay? It's going to help them understand what needs to happen. And because of that, it's dramatically changing the way people think and look about money. Okay, they're thinking about money as something else. They're thinking about money as something that they don't want to be part of. They're thinking about money as something that literally just don't make sense to them, yes? So from a financial perspective, what do you think that's going to lead to? Do you think people are going to continue to be happy about what's going on, or are they going to see themselves as, you know what, we know what we want to do, and we're just not going to sit around and think that we know what we want to do, and because we don't know what we want to do, that's going to be the problem. But I'm here to tell you that AI is your solution.
The music industry is evolving.
It is
Discover
evolving.
how NFTs and blockchain are revolutionizing how artists
And I'm telling you,
connect with
that's
fans
what's
and
happening
earn
right now.
royalties. Podbum
A lot of
empowers
people do
creators
not
and
understand
listeners, offering
that this
unique
is
digital
literally
assets
what
in a
needs to
new
happen.
era of music ownership. Join the revolution.
They're using AI
Learn
right
more
now
about our NFT
to literally
at
tell you what you
podbum.com.
should and should not do.
The music industry
But nobody
is evolving.
understands
Discover
the
how
music industry
NFTs
like
and
I do.
blockchain are revolutionizing
Because I've
how
told you
artists
guys
connect
several
with
times
fans
that this is
and earn
where it's
royalties.
at. There's a lot of
Podbum
music
empowers
industry things that's
creators
happening
and
right now. And
listeners,
I've told you guys
offering
that
unique digital
that
assets
what I'm
in a
talking
new
about,
era of music ownership.
what I'm talking about
Join the
is not
revolution.
something that
Learn
is
more
so
about our
hard for you to
NFT
understand.
at podbum.com.
It's not.
The music industry is
It's not
evolving.
something that's so hard for
Discover
you to
how
understand.
NFTs and
But I want you to understand right now that with non-fungible tokens, okay, you can literally start like applying some of the skills that will lead the AI to start listening to you more, that will lead the AI to start trusting you more, because it's all about trust, okay? It's all about trust. So when you start thinking to yourself that you cannot trust anybody, then you will have a big problem, yes? You all believe that? Do you believe that when you start thinking to yourself that you can't trust anybody, that's when the problem begins? Okay, I really think to be rich, you have to have a rich mindset. Chat. You literally have to have a rich mindset, because when you have a rich mindset, it's going to change everything that you've been thinking about. And people are going to lie to you. They're going to come and they're going to tell you on this app that it's not about what you know. But I believe it's about what you know. It's about how you're able to kind of tell yourself what it is you're trying to tell yourself. Yes, it's how you're able to say, I'm gonna be that best version of myself. I'm gonna, even though like you find yourself in a situation where you don't know what's going on, but you may be able to then turn that situation into something that you never thought you could do. So it's all about having that rich mindset, chat. Okay, it's all about having that rich mindset, because I believe when you have that rich mindset, it's going to show in everything you do. Okay, it's literally going to show, and you're going to be seeing yourself doing a whole bunch of stuff that you didn't think you could do before. Check. You're going to be showing yourself doing a whole bunch of stuff that you literally did not think you could do before. It's all because you now have what it is. 727 Joey, thank you for joining. You now have the power to do more than just sit around. Okay, you have the power to do more than just sit around. And a lot of people just been sitting around, not wanting to do more. and they thinking that it's my fault or it's somebody else's fault that they're not doing more. It's actually you not wanting to do more. Because at the end of the day, you have to think strategically about what it is that you're trying to accomplish. Yes, you have to stick to that plan. And the plan may be changing every day. The plan may be not the original plan that you had, but you have to know how to adjust fire. Okay? You have to know how to adjust fire. Let me tell you something. I learned a hard lesson a long time ago. And the lesson is this. The lesson is it doesn't matter who you think you are replaceable. Okay? Because a lot of people are thinking that they are not replaceable. They're thinking they're very special. Everybody's special, of course. But the question is, what are you doing while you're hot? You know, what are you doing when I say while you're hot, it means when you're in demand, when you know everybody want to be associated with you, when you know that, hey, at some point you're gonna be like number one. You look like a rock star. Everybody want a rock star. I want to be a rock star. Yep. Everybody likes a rock star. And I think it all begins with the rich mindset. What mindset do you have? And is that the mindset that's going to carry you through all the pains that you're going through? Is that the mindset? Because you need to think really, really hard, long and hard. If the mindset that you have, Loru HH21, thank you for joining. If the mindset that you have is that rich mindset, okay? As we approach this Black Friday, Cyber Monday, kind of thing, do you have the rich mindset to save some of that money, or you're gonna have the poor man's and poor woman's mindset to take the money that you don't already have and go give it to somebody because they created some holiday for you? They literally created a holiday for you to spend money you don't have, and you're sitting around here thinking that's normal. That is so not normal, chat. We want just join. Thank you. That is so not normal that somebody is creating a holiday for you to literally spend money you don't have. And people think it's normal, Chat, make it make sense for me. So yes, you have these things going on right now. You have people like trying to understand exactly what they need to be doing. You have people like on the sidelines thinking to themselves, Mr. Guanantu, thank you for joining. You have people literally just thinking, and they have a different way of looking at things, right? That's because they don't have the rich mindset. See this riches right here? I got so much riches. And you could also heard that there might be something called riches in the niches. You heard about that, right? But I'm telling you, normal people can literally do insurmountable odds because it's all in the mind. So if you start thinking about how your mind could be and how you can tap into your mind and how you can become the best version of yourself, then you're going to start thinking that, hey, I could be anything I want to be. It's all in the mindset. Okay, so you can bounce back. It doesn't matter that they took away all your EBT. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you don't have SNAP benefits. Okay, bro and sis, you need to think about this long and hard because at the end of the day, you gotta have a rich mindset, and this is the rich mindset that's gonna enable you to move beyond what you're currently going on. It is what it is. Just join. Thank you for joining. Danny 0083 just joined. Nathan, thank you. Nathan, what's going on? I appreciate you tapping in. Okay, do me a quick favor and share, and make people come through. So we're gonna keep sharing this stuff. Okay, but that rich mindset is only as good as what you want to put it towards. Okay, so if you have a rich mindset and you start seeing hashtag BC or BFCM, hashtag BF and CM. That hashtag is for it's called Black Friday Cyber Monday, and there's a lot of things going on right there with that. And let me just go ahead and put that hashtag real quick, okay? And when you see this hashtag, just make sure you tapping in, but don't tap in from a poor person's perspective, okay? Tap in from a rich person's perspective. So I put the hashtag in there. It says Black Friday Cyber Monday. And traditionally, it's people saying, hey, we want to put our money where our mouth is, or we want to use our money to do something that's important. This is things that are important. And this is the kind of things that people are doing right now. And they're realizing that it's just not about the money. it's also about the mindset. It's not just about what you're saying, it's also about who is coming to your life and who is supporting you, who's giving you the same level of respect, and who out here right now is saying to themselves, they want to believe in you. They want to believe in you. Yes. Thank you for joining, Wanda. I'm telling you right now, thank you for joining. Everybody right now that needs to understand the level of sincerity that's allowed them to be the best version of themselves need to be thinking long and hard about what it is that they're trying to achieve. What are you trying to achieve? Do you understand what it takes to level up with yourself? Because you're going to have to understand this stuff. It's not something that I'm going to come and I'm going to tell you and it's going to make you become that right rich mindset. No, it's not. It's not. Because at the end of the day, it's going to require a lot of discipline. It's going to require a lot of people coming through and thinking to themselves that they want to level up. Yeah. It's going to require them to do these things. It's going to require them to take concrete steps. Okay. And these are the same concrete steps that people have been telling me that they needed to take for a long time, but they didn't know how to level up with. They didn't know that if they were able to kind of like tap into their knowledge, that they're gonna remember to come through. Okay, they're gonna remember to come through. They're gonna remember to say, "Hey, I don't even need to invite so many people, but I invite them because I'm like, we have to talk about this stuff." And for those of you that are walking through things right now, and you are saying to yourself that you thought that you can do a lot of things out of the blue, I want you to consider what it is that you're doing right now. Are you doing something that's scalable? Are you in a particular niche? Okay, if you're in a niche, are there riches in the niches where you are? Because at the end of the day, is it aligned with your value system? Do you have a rich mindset, and is the rich mindset going to carry you through what it is you're trying to do right now? Or is the rich mindset going to literally put you behind the curve? Okay, not ahead of the curve, because you always hear people say, yeah, get ahead of the curve. But the thing is, people start changing the rules when this curve starts shifting. The curve of supply and demand. So right now there's a lot of supply and they're hoping to boost up the demand. Okay. 021 just joined. Thank you for joining. They're hoping to boost up the demand. And the reason we're hoping to boost the demand up is because there's been a seismic shift in the way people are thinking about opportunities. There's been a seismic shift in the way people are thinking about opportunities. And this AI is literally taking over people's jobs. This AI is tapping into the blueprint that somebody gave them. Because let me tell you something, somebody has to install this AI into your particular workflow. They have to install this AI. And because they're the ones installing the AI, it makes it very difficult for somebody to understand the play. It's a backroom play, and I've been able to uncover this backroom play using my mindset, okay? And that's the mindset that I want you to understand. I want you to know that right now is probably the best time that you can tap into this AI algorithm and reset it. Okay, I do have goals. I'm part of the D League. You see my word I gotta do. It's gonna reset in 14 hours. Do what you do. Do you. But please, when you come to this life, I want you to think like a rich person. Can we agree on that? That you're all going to be a rich person on this life, and you're going to basically have a rich mindset. And then when you have a rich mindset, I'm going to tell you the exact step-by-step process you need to be using right now to tap into this AI. Okay, this AI is going to reset in 14 hours. But I want you to understand that Eunice, thank you for joining. Eunice, go ahead and grab a heart, do whatever you need to do. Okay, become part of my fan club if you need to. But see right there, this AI is going to reset in 14 hours. But I'm not just saying this. Gungus King, thank you for joining. Let me tell you something. At some point, you were thinking that you did not have what it took to become this person, right? You were thinking, Kings, thank you for joining. 021 is still on the house. Let me tell you something. You were thinking that you did not have the mindset to accomplish what it is you're trying to accomplish. But then I started talking to you guys. I started telling you about how even though the AI, even though the EBT and the SNAP benefits were cut off, yes, the government says they were going to be open. But this thing is not going to be open up when it comes to January 30th, are we going back to the same game? Are we going back to the same game? Are we going back to the same thing that we've seen time and time again, where people are actually using you for their own benefits? And you're not understanding exactly what it is. They're telling you that now you got to take the money you did not make during this government shutdown and you got to go buy goods. But they're not giving you any discounts. They're not helping you with anything. They're just telling you to continue to spend, spend, spend. And they're not going to tell you how expensive the market and baskets of goods are, because they're trying to drum up the supply. They're trying to tell you that you don't understand what you're doing. But at the same time, they're trying to tell you that it's okay to go spend more money. Heck, it's okay to spend money you don't have, because there's 2 holidays that they want you to go to these holidays. They want you to tell you what you don't need to know. But at the same time, they want to keep the things you need to know from you. Did you know that right now, the AI agents that they push through the workflow is actually taking people's job? Do you know they're using this AI robots? They're using them to literally send people firing notices. Are you telling me right now that the 4,000 people that got pink slips during the longest government shutdown are magically going to get another AI invitation telling them, sorry, we did not mean to fire you, but you need to come right now, come back to the work? Is that what the AI algorithm is going to be telling these people? Chat, make this make sense, because it's not making sense to me right now. But I want you to analyze the fact that they use the same AI to just take your money. They use the AI to steal your SNAP and EBT. I can almost guarantee you the $2,000 that they were talking about, they were going to send directly as tariff stimulus hasn't even gone anywhere. Have you gotten your tariff stimulus? If you have, drop stimulus in the chat real quick, because I haven't seen this tariff stimulus they were talking about. But if you realize, people were saying there will be a whole bunch of tariff stimulus that's going up. There's be a whole bunch of tariff stimulus. They said it was going to be, when I say stimulus, I'm talking about stimulation, stimulus. Type it in the chat, stimulus. Okay, they're saying there'll be stimulus that's going to be sent, and that's going to offset the fact that somebody is going to cut off your Obamacare. They're cutting off the ACA, but people they're promising that they're going to do a debate for this ACA at some point, but I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen. Okay, because I don't know for a fact that that's what's going to happen. What I do know for a fact is there's a lot of people right now that are struggling, and they don't know if they're really going to get their money back. Because we don't know what was in the bill that was signed. It was voted on, I think it's basically it's almost tied, 200 something to 200 something. That's what it was, okay? But when it became something that people weren't quite concerned about, then people started talking about it, okay? But if you understand, the level of concern went up when you saw that a lot of people were basically thinking that it wasn't what it was supposed to be, yeah? It wasn't what it was supposed to be, and they expected somebody to just take what they're telling you on face value. You can take it for face value. I'm not telling you that you shouldn't take anything for face value. What I'm telling you right now is you need to start thinking about your own values. Like, what are your own values? What do you want to achieve? Like, are your values in line with your actions? Are you doing something right now that's going to make it where if they come with another artificial intelligence grab, that's not going to impact with what it is that you're already doing? Because look, you need to start thinking about that, because this is all a matrix. You may think I'm playing around with you, but this appears to be a matrix. And this is the matrix that I've been noticing that's been happening for quite a while. Okay? Myra Jama, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Okay? Go ahead and grab your daily hearts if you could. Okay? I see my goals right there. Go ahead and tap in. But let me tell you something. It's all about a rich mindset. And your rich mindset doesn't necessarily have to be a rich mindset that's going to tell you, hashtag, thank you for the likes, hashtag, like BFCM. That's what they want you to do. They said hashtag is going to help them. But the thing about it is now they're claiming that the government is open, okay? But is the government open? How are you going to then reverse 4,000 people that got pink slips? How are you going to reverse the fact that they use AI to steal the EBT? They use AI to steal the SNAP benefits. But people are sitting around right now thinking that everything's just going to, with a snap of a finger, go back to normal. Make that make sense, chat, because I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think at some point, people are going to realize that they're not getting back their EBTs, they're not getting back their snaps. And oh, by the way, those air traffic controllers that they claim that if they don't show up back to work, that they're going to take away their money. For the ones that they claim they're going to get a bonus if they show up for work because they showed up every time, I significantly doubt that bonus check is going to be in their bank accounts because I don't see how that's going to happen. The reason I say that is if you think for a second that they put the money in the bill to give them the bonus, you're sadly mistaken. You literally have to read the bill. I looked at it. It was 600 plus pages of crap. And inside that bill, they put a bunch of pork. You guys know what, and girls know what pork is? It's pet projects that people put in. In fact, the House folks saw that some of the Senate people put pork in there. They said, hey, let me tell you something. We're going to allow them to go sue for January 6th, and then they're going to give them $1 million, and then they're going to take the $1 million and put inside their coffers. Some of them people in the House did not realize that this was put in there. This pork was put in there. So tell me, again, if you're telling me that just because somebody put something in a bill that's necessarily going to give 4,000 people back their job, I don't see how that's going to happen. I really don't. That's why I think right now you need to start learning how to deploy your own artificial intelligence, okay, agents. You need to learn how to kind of make that make sense to you. And if you're ready to tap into something like that, extra stuff we don't need. That's true, Myra. That's all extra stuff we don't need. But they're going to jam pack the extra stuff we don't need inside a 600 plus page bill that even the people in Congress don't understand what that is. So make it make sense. I just think that at some point, we need to start thinking strategically of what we want to do. That's a pork. Yeah, it is pork. When you see extra stuff we don't need in bill, that is pork. Some of the pork is also pet projects. That's why I think we need to realize from the get-go what the pork is, okay? The pork is something that we don't need, like Myra just said. The pork is something that some people don't need. Do you think that by telling those people that, hey, if you come back to work, we're gonna give you a bonus for not working for free? Do you think that's gonna be the thing that they see? They don't see it. Do you think that at some point when you tell people that you're gonna give them a $2,000 stimulus? Okay, when I say stimulus, it's stimulus. Somebody type stimulus in the chat for me. Do you think if you give them a $2,000 stimulus that then that's going to help them with the cost for the ACA? Because I can almost guarantee you that ACA vote is not coming. They're not going to bring that ACA vote to fruition. And the reason I think they're not going to bring it to fruition is because I know that these people are literally, thank you, they're literally helping themselves. I don't know if you all know about something called K Street. K Street is where all the lobbyists are. You know what lobbying is? That's when somebody has something that they want the government to give them. So then they go meet the senators and they go meet this House of Representative people. Then they literally telling them, hey, we're going to support your campaign. We're going to help you do this. We're going to help you do that. But the thing is, some of these people don't have the rich mindset. And that's what I want you to know right now, chat. I want you to know that it's not about what's happening in your neck of the woods. It's about what you can do. If you can do exactly what it is that you want to do, you may be in a situation with a rich mindset to not understand, but with your rich mindset, you can make things happen for yourself, not just for yourself. You can make things happen for your community. You can make things happen for your business. And at the end of the day, K Street is lobbying, lobbying. That's what K Street is. A street within Washington, D.C. And it's full of nothing but lobbyists. They have companies that do just that. They literally will go and they're going to meet members of Congress so they're asking for something of value. You may call it quid pro quo, but I don't know if that's what's happening, but it's akin to quid pro quo. You do for me, I do for you. I give you some money, I support a project, I put into your political campaign. That's what's going on right now. Now that the government is open, K Street is going crazy. A lot of people, you might even see them walking the halls of Congress trying to understand who they can impact. Because let me tell you, money speaks in command. That's why you got to have the rich mindset. When you have the rich mindset, you can start developing your own strategy. You can start employing things that will help you and your family. You're not going to be worrying about what's happening on K Street. You can start tapping in. You can start looking for solutions to your own problems, because at the end of the day, it's all about you. It's not about them. Can I get a like on the chat? Somebody drop a fireball emoji right now, because again, I haven't even started dropping the value bumps. I want you to start getting motivated before, as we go through this chat. They are still money from the people. Yes, they are. They're taking money from the people, and they're taking this money and they put it in their pockets. And then they're turning around and telling you, oh, we're going to give you a steaming. How are you going to get me steaming when they steal my money? You're giving me back my money, but you have to wait for me to be destitute before you give me back my money? That makes absolutely no sense, Chad. And that's what they've been doing. Them and their K Street buddies have been doing this every day, and they're hoping that you don't know what they're doing. Robin Baumer, thank you for joining. They're hoping you don't catch them. And that's why I've exposed everything they've been doing. I've been telling you that they've been taking money and they've been hiding it in their little pockets. They've been hiding it in their coffers. As a matter of fact, what they're doing right now too, that I think doesn't make sense. So what do we do to secure our finances? That's a very good question. The first thing I need you to do, if you're not already following me, follow me. And then you need to go to theforkreskilling.com. theforkreskilling.com. When you go to theforkreskilling.com, that's the link, the first link that's on my profile, on my bio. You're going to see a slew of resources that I put together. It's called curation. I've curated these resources exclusively for you, so you can have, number one, the knowledge to secure your finance. Okay. Number two, you can start knowing how to take action, because let me tell you, Chad, it's not about what they're doing. It's about what are you going to do. What are you going to do to secure your finances? Because you need to know how to do exactly that. I've put these resources together, from AI learning, from ways to actually start doing your own marketing. As a matter of fact, when you do go to that beacons.com site, because that's how I built the forkreskilling.com, go ahead and grab the $20 discount so you can build your own Beacon store. When you build your own Beacon store, then you can start selling your own products. I will help you in the process. Go to the forkreskilling.com right now and begin to secure your very own financial future. And if you need help, as a matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pin my direct DM. Okay. Type DM me and type interested. Yes, I just put it in. I'm going to put in, but DM me real quick. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to pin the location, like you said. Okay. So this is the location. Give me 1 second. Make sure you tap it. Make sure you're liking. I want more people to get as much of this information as possible, because I normally don't come live, but when I do, I'm giving you free game. Okay, this is it right here. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna pin it. Okay, I just pinned it. Okay, theforkreskilling.com. Grab it right now. Grab it. I just pinned it. Okay, grab it, and also don't forget to tell me that you're interested, because what's going to happen after you go to the Fork Reskilling, grab every one of those ebooks that I put together. Okay, they're digital. The digital ebooks are meant to help you get the right mindset. That's number one. The second thing they're going to help you do is learn exactly how you can implement. Okay, tell me about this. Yes. Just go ahead. So that's where I have all the artificial intelligence training. As a matter of fact, what I could do right now, I could just go ahead and show you what the site looks like with your permission. Can I do that? Okay, I'm going to tell you about it right now. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and type in. Okay, let me type in and open this real quick for you so you can see exactly what it looks like, because I believe that when you start having the rich mindset, it's going to change the game for you. It's going to tell you exactly what you need to be doing. It's going to tell you that, hey, look, it's not time for you to sit around by the wayside thinking somebody did something to you. To the contrary, it's about you to start thinking, there are things I can do for myself. I can empower myself, and I can aspire to be something. Okay, empowerment, number one, is the biggest thing you can do. Okay, so I'm gonna show you about the empowerment so you can understand what I'm talking about. With your permission, give me a quick minute. I'm gonna show you about the empowerment. All right, so here's what the empowerment is gonna look like. Okay, I'm gonna flip the camera, and then you can see the empowerment. Okay, do you see the empowerment yet? Okay, I'm gonna have to remove this then. Okay, you may see the empowerment. It says empower and aspire, right? Empower and aspire. Well, if you wanted to know what you need to do, wealth building starts with a mindset, and that's what I'm telling you. This is the mindset. Okay, you have to have this mindset. Okay, if you can see it, you can be it. Yes, that's why exposure to new ideas, careers, and role models is crucial. Okay, we even tell our children, "I believe in you," and you see someone who looks like them succeed. The game changes. Aspiration fuels action, and the action fuels change. We need to build a culture where dreaming is becoming normal again. Okay, this is the side that I made it with. I told you about the beacons, but let me tell you. So when you come in there, you can tap into this. It's only $12.99. Yes. Okay, but there's something else I needed you to know so you can understand that when you come to my site, it's not just this that you're gonna deal with. You're gonna deal with other things that I've been working on. Okay, and let me show you exactly what I mean. Okay, you're gonna deal with everything else that I've been working on that most people are not realizing. Okay, so that right there. Let me do this real quick and take it directly to the site. Okay. I already showed you the aspiration stuff. Let me take it directly right now because again, I think seeing is believing. Yes. All right. So here's the site. Okay. Here's the site. Okay. All right. So reskill and rebuild. Okay. This is how I came up with the fork reskilling. The fork reskilling is how I came up with it. So when you come through, this is where you're gonna grab. See right there where it says grab $20 credit. Go make sure you're grabbing that $20 credit because that's how you're gonna able to then build your own store. Okay, so when you build your own store, you can do exactly what I'm doing. See right here, I'm talking about the blockchain and cryptocurrency revolution. Okay, you can redefine capitalism. This is the part that I've been talking about. Capitalism is all in the mindset. It's not about what people are doing to you. People think for a second that it's all about what they're doing to them. No, but that's not all. You can also see the role and narrative history of what's happening. And this is the empowerment through aspiration that I was telling you about. Okay, empowerment through aspiration. But you can also learn about the education as a foundation of wealth. So education is the foundation of wealth. Okay, now this is the policy systems and changes that are happening. So when you understand this policy system and how they impact you, then you're going to understand how you are the answer. It's not what they're telling you, you are the answer. So also then comes the rebuild and this is the one we're talking about. Okay. But there's also cooperation over competition. A lot of people want to compete, but they don't understand that sometimes you just have to cooperate with other people. Yes. But at the end of the day, though, it's about what is right to you. Okay. Do you want to be empowered? Do you want to aspire? And I also can tell you how you can start tapping into what I call done for you digital products, like this Elma digital products. Okay. So that's all I'm trying to really help you understand. So make sure you go on that right there and you're tapping in. And if you, by all means, if you have any questions, make sure you let me know because I've curated these ebooks exclusively for you so you can understand exactly what you need to be doing. Yes. Go there right now. You can tap into this cryptocurrency revolution where I teach people how to tap into the blockchain and cryptocurrency to tokenize themselves. This is the one I put in real quick. Okay. But when you go there, understand exactly what I'm talking about. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what I'm doing, it's about how this can help you. Okay. This is exactly what I've been talking about. Again, remember, it's all about the rich mindset because I can't overemphasize the fact that you have to have a rich mindset. Okay, you have to have a rich mindset, and this is what I've been talking about. You have to have a rich mindset. Your mindset is going to change the game for you. I don't care what anybody's saying. If you have a rich mindset, it's going to change the game. And at some point, you have to make the rich mindset more important than anything else that's happening in your life right now. You literally have to say to yourself, the rich mindset is where my dollar is. The rich mindset is how I'm gonna literally like change the game for myself. You have to have this rich mindset. Don't forget that look, at the end of the day, it's all about you. It's not about what they're telling you. It's about you having the rich mindset. Yes. Okay. I hope I was able to kind of explain some things to you, but I want to keep this this page for a little bit. I want you to understand why the rich mindset is not just for me, it's for you also. Okay. So, but then going back to what I'm talking about, if you have the rich mindset, that means you can start tapping into some of these resources. And these are the resources that I put together exclusively for people like you. I've put these resources because I know at the end of the day, people want to reskill, and they want to rebuild something. They want something that they can hold. They want something that makes sense to them. They just don't want somebody telling them anything that doesn't make sense. Yes? And that's why I'm kind of like coming through right now and I'm telling you, look, chat, go ahead and start tapping into what it is you want to do. Let me see if I can do a live gift right now. Okay, so make sure I have the galaxies right there. So I have the galaxies posted, okay? So the galaxy is posted. So if you kind of tap into that, that's fine. Let me see who else I can put on my queue, because what I'm doing right now, I'm going to be doing an AI micro presentation. I call it an AI micro presentation. So if you want to be part of my queue right now, I can start the AI micro presentation, and it's going to tell you why the fork reskilling is exclusively things that you can start tapping into right now to learn why this is important to you, to learn why I've been talking about this for a while, and why I'm ready right now to help you in your journey. Yes, I'm ready to help you in your journey, because a lot of people don't understand what needs to happen, but I'm going to be telling them the exact step-by-step process that I've been utilizing to amass my own fortune, my own do it for yourself, okay? I'm doing it for myself, and I want you to be able to do it for yourself. And don't sit around there and think for a second that it's about me, because it's not about me. I've learned this system, and I've put together the resources. All you got to do right now is tap into the resources. Feel free to ask me any questions in the DM. I already kind of told you. But at the end of the day, you need to ask yourself one thing. Are you tired of doing the same thing that you're doing? Are you going to let the politicians take advantage of you? Because they already done that. They're telling you right now that they opened the government. But did they really open the government, or did they just open K Street for themselves so they can do more lobbying? Did they just tell themselves, hey, let's open K Street because, we're running out of money. We're running out of money. So we need to open K Street. Because that looks like what they're doing. They literally went and opened up K Street, and they didn't care who they opened it up for. They opened up K Street, and they're taking all the money. They're taking the people's money through taxes. And they're telling you that they're going to put STEAMU. They're telling you that, don't worry, we're going to make people come back, and we're going to give them exclusive STEAMU. Okay? But what they're not telling you is that STEAMU may not make any sense to anybody, because some people have already lost their job. So if they already lost their job, make it make sense? What is the STEAMU going to do for them? What is the STEAMU going to do for them? I can almost guarantee you that some of these people that have lost their job right now, they're looking for a way out of this thing. They're looking for a way out of it. But people are saying, oh, well, we're going to bring them back. We're going to give them back their job, and everything's going to get back to normal. It's not going to be that normal. And that's why I'm teaching people this exact step-by-step process that I've been utilizing to do for myself. I've been uncovering what they've been doing with this AI. And when you start learning that this AI is not your friend, then you're going to start using the AI to help yourself. Did you know right now they have AI agents that literally can summarize your emails? Did you know that they have AI agents that literally can talk to your customers? Do you know that right now, if you understand how they can deploy AI agents, you can literally become your own travel agency? Do you know that? I didn't know that until I uncovered this step-by-step process that they've been hiding from me. They've been hiding the fact that some of the stimulus money that they claim they were going to give you is really not new money. It's old money, and some of this money you've already paid for 25 times over, because they started taking away your money when you were a kid. They started taking away your money. Heck, before you were even born, they started taking off your money, because they understood that if they can lie to you and deceive you, that you're going to be giving them free game. And the free game you've been giving them is when you put your signature on a piece of paper, and they take that signature and they monetize it, and they can go buy goods. So then you want to buy a good look like this, but then you're paying over twice for the same good that you've already bought. Okay, and that's what's going on right now. A lot of people are sick and tired of this. I've already pinned the link to my site real quick. Go ahead and tap in and start getting all those resources that I put together for you. You need to get every one of those resources, because that's how you're going to tap in. That's how you're going to understand that the exact step-by-step process you need to be using right now starts with the mind. Your mindset is where the power lies. It's not where they're telling you that it lies, because they're going to tell you, come back to work. We're going to give you back job. We're going to give you $2,000 STEAMU. That's not it. It's all within you. That's why right now I'm dropping all these resources for exclusive people that want to understand how they can tap in, how they can start learning the game that they should realize how to learn. Okay? Because it's all about what you make it. And you can't sit there and cry about EBT anymore. You can't sit there and cry about, not knowing what to do. And to me, anybody that's sitting out right there right now, not taking concrete actions to better them situation, could very well be the reason we're in the situation we're in. Yes, they could very well be the reason why we're not going anywhere, we're not achieving anything, because somebody somewhere told you that you're supposed to be acting like this, you're supposed to be doing this, and this is the only way that you know to succeed. Okay, because that's what I've been hearing. Okay, and people have been telling me that right now they probably want to be able to learn more about artificial intelligence. They want to learn more about the blockchain. They want to learn more about why cryptocurrency is a thing that's changing game right now. Okay, they're telling me that, look, that they want to grow their skills, and they don't understand the reason why things are happening the way they're happening. And I've been telling them that, look, it's not about that the things are not happening the way you want them to happen. It's that you are not helping yourself to understand what blockchain is. You're not helping yourself to understand what cryptocurrencies are. You're not helping yourself to tokenize. And if you're not helping yourself to tokenize, and you're waiting for K Street to do all the lobbying, K Street to get in front of your congressperson to take all the money before you even understand what's going on, then you may actually be the reason why things are happening to you. Chat, you may actually be the reason why these things are happening. And I've been saying this for quite a while, that a lot of people are just sitting on the wayside, and they're hoping that something happens, and then they come back and they start complaining. They start telling people that the reason things are not working is because somebody on the other side is stopping them. But chat, you are stopping yourself. Make no mistake about it. You are stopping yourself. And right now, what I'm going to need you to do is go ahead and tap in. I've already pinned the link, the direct link to where I'm talking about. Okay, I've already pinned it, and I'm hoping that you guys can also start seeing the real deal. You can start seeing exactly what I've been talking about, and you can start making the necessary adjustments that you need to make. Because Adrian Mata, thank you for joining. These are the same adjustments that I made when I realized it was all a shell game. When I realized this was nothing but a matrix, it made me think strategically and say, hey, why don't you start doing for you? It's because I drink a little coffee. It made me realize that, hey, why don't you start leveling up for yourself? And when I realized that, it changed the game for me. It literally changed my perception of what I needed to do. It changed my perception of what real looked like. It changed my perception of what I believe in anymore. I believe in you doing for yourself. And now is the time for you to start learning what I'm talking about. It's not the time, it's not tomorrow, it's right now, chat. It's right now. And you need to be understanding these processes that I'm talking about. I've laid out all the resources you need right now to tap in and change your mindset. Because again, like I said, it's all about the mindset. People don't realize this. It's all about what you think. And when you think something, it could come to fruition. When you say that you're able to do something for yourself, it can come to fruition. Remember, at the end of the day, it's not what I'm telling you to do. It's about what are you going to do? What are your actions? And are your actions going to lead to result? Or are you going to sit out there and think something is just going to come to you? Things are not going to come to you like that, chat. Things are not going to come to you like that if you don't take action. And that's why people like Myra that just came through and took action, asked questions, and I got their questions answered, are going to be making it. They're going to realize how to like reset the AI. You're going to reset the AI through actions. You're not just going to sit there and be looking and thinking something's going to change, because that's not how it works. It doesn't work through change. It works through action. It works through believing in something. It works you saying, hey, I want to be part of something bigger than me. Yes. I want to be part of something that's so unique. I want to be part of something that's so huge that I'm willing to take a risk and take a chance on myself. And it's you taking a chance on yourself. It's not the politicians telling you that they're going to give you brand new stimul. No, they're not giving you any brand new stimul. The stimul that you're going to get, $2,000, you've paid that $2,000 25 times over. So they're not doing you a favor. They're giving you back your own money. They're not creating new money. Check. These people are not creating new money. Make no mistake about it. They haven't created new money in the last 100 years. because they've been using fiat. The fiat is just not, it's just them circulating and just printing a whole bunch of things that don't have any value. Because when you look back and look way back when there was a huge value in gold, people were using gold as a standard. That's why you have people like Mansa Musa, which still I think is the richest person that ever lived, because they amassed a huge wealth using gold as a resource. So when we went away from the gold system and we started thinking to ourselves that, hey, look, we can transact. This is the example I like to use. If I want to go to Japan and I have US dollars, I will change it to what? The Japanese yen. If I want to take a trip to Europe and I have US dollars, I will change my money to what? The European euro. If I want to take a trip to a country in Africa like Nigeria and I have US dollars, I can change it to the Nigerian naira. If I want to go to the Far East and I say, let me just go to Korea for a little bit, and I have US dollars, I can change it to the Korean won. So that's how come the paper fiat became very important with transactions. But now we're in something called the digital transformation. Now we're in a situation where the AI can actually help you level up with yourself if you understand how to write some code, if you understand how to tokenize, if you understand how to build blockchain, projects. If you really understand how to do that and you can solve a problem, that's why I'm inviting you guys to my exclusive blockchain and cryptocurrency revolution talk. This talk I already did the last 2 weeks and it's been giving me the right action that I need to take. And right now I'm in a situation where some of the projects that I was thinking about in my head, I had the rich mindset, but I didn't have the resources to deploy these projects. They're now actionable projects. And I want to teach you the exact step-by-step process that I've been using to do this. Chat. I want to teach you this exact step-by-step process because I believe with this process, you can learn more than I've learned because you're learning from the ground up. You're starting from the ground up. Sunflower, I think you're learning. And the reason that's important is when you start learning from the ground level, you can actually take action. You can take action. You've heard about normal people, giant pillars, okay, building and defeating insurmountable odds. That means things were so bad that you never thought you were going to win. That's what this is going to do. It's going to help you win. It's going to help you level up. It's going to help you understand the exact step-by-step process that I've been using personally to grow my own niche. People see me sometimes and say, what niche are you in? I say, it don't matter what niche I'm in. The question is, what niche has the richest? Chat. There is riches in the niches. You just have to tell me what niche that you want to be part of. Okay? And I'm going to tell you the exact step-by-step process you need to be using right now to make sure you're not only in the right niche, but you're making sure you're tapping into the resources you need to amplify that niche. Okay? When I say amplify the niche, I'm talking about you literally taking actions that could change your life for the very good. Because you've been learning how to tokenize, you've been learning how to tap into cryptocurrencies, you've been learning the exact step-by-step process that you need to be using right now. But the thing about it is you're sitting on the sidelines. You may not be gatekeeping, but it looks like you're gatekeeping yourself out of solutions. You're gatekeeping yourself out of things that you should be doing because you don't have the rich mindset. When you start tapping into that rich mindset, you're not going to worry about the fact that they took away your EBT. I'm going to tell you the exact step-by-step process you can use to use AI to unlock the back door. Okay? You're going to unlock the back door. Yes. Black Friday, Cyber Mondays are here. Yes, there's security in the back door. But what if I told you that AI, when you deploy that AI and you put it within the work, random things, thank you for joining. When you put that AI to work, that it may literally change your perception of what real is. It may literally change your perception of what money is, because right now, the fiat money is going out of style. The fiat money is going out of style. What is in right now is digital currency. And people are worried that artificial intelligence, also known as AI, is going to take away their job. But I'm telling you right now that you need not worry. Even though the government is open, it doesn't mean everything is going back to normal. There is no stimul. They're saying they're going to give everybody a $2,000 stimul. I don't see how that's going to happen, Chad. I may be a naysayer, I may be the most doubtful person, but chat, make it make sense that you haven't gotten paid in 40 days and somehow a stimulus is just gonna appear in your bank account. How is that gonna happen? Are they gonna email the stimulus check? I don't know. But this is what people are telling you right now. They're telling you that you need to report back to work. You need to go sit your ass at that job. You need to not think. You need to not have the rich person's mindset, while they are the ones that have the rich person's mindset. They are the ones that are letting the K Street people roam the halls of Congress trying to do deals that don't empower you, trying to do deals that not going to give you a damn thing, chat. Make that make sense, because it ain't making no sense to me. So I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't know what you're talking about, especially when in this day and age, there's people literally still going to food banks. There's people literally still going to food banks, and there's a whole bunch of people that are fighting for little food that don't exist. I like to call those breadcrumbs. At some point, you need to be tired of fighting for breadcrumbs. Yes, yes, yes. You should be tired of fighting for breadcrumbs, where the big fat cats are taking all the money. They're using technology to rob you of your God-given rights. Yes, yes. And I'm not just the one saying this stuff. I've seen it happen several times. I've seen people tap in, but then they don't know how to tap out. You say, yeah, tap in, show me the game. I'm giving you a free game every day. But the thing about it is, you're not taking action. You're not coming through. You're not telling me that you like the free game. You're not justifying the reason why I should be dropping free game. But I'm gonna drop the free game all the time because I want you to learn. When you learn, but you gotta take action after you learn what it is you're learning. You literally gotta take action. And the action that you need to take is the same action that most people have been taking since time immemorial. They've been telling me about these actions, but I never knew that it was true. Okay, it's the same action that's allowing me to go ahead and tell you about the recession, because right now they're telling me that the recession doesn't exist. I'm telling them, yes, it does. The recession exists, because I've been telling folks about this for the last 5 years, that there is such a thing as a recession. Okay, and it was coming, and it was coming really hard. But for the people that listened and started doing some of the things that I put together on this particular guide, they've been helping themselves. Okay, they've been changing their mindset. I told you about what, like right now, if you have paper money, it's called fiat. If on the other hand, you have digital currency, then I will show you something that's going to alarm you, y'all. I'm going to show you something that's going to alarm you. When the stock markets go down, cryptocurrencies go up. Okay? International and geopolitical tugs of war appears to have a direct correlation with the financial markets, to the extent that they are connected. So when something happens in DC, it's connected to the financial market. If something happens in Japan, it's connected to what happens in the US. If something is happening in the Caribbean, like it is right now, it's going to be. So now it's time to take concrete steps to be informed, to cut expenses and save money for a rainy day. Chat, I was talking about this stuff a long time ago. You see right there? I was giving them this free game. I was telling them about this blockchain thing and how it's going to impact the economy in today. Today is 2025, chat. I've been talking about this stuff, and people have been sitting around and they say, don't listen to him. I've been talking about it, and I'm not putting it down. I've been saying, Carl, no, thank you for joining. I've been dropping this free game, and people have been saying, well, we don't know if we can really do it. We don't know. Now they're coming off of the longest government shutdown and the longest economic upheaval in recorded history, chat. But they still don't have that mindset that I've been talking about. You gotta have the rich people's mindset, because at the end of the day, that's what they're using. They've been using the same thing to tokenize. They've been using the same thing to get all their lobbyists on the hallways of Congress. Okay, right now, with the government open, the lobbyists on K Street are literally roaming the halls of Congress, and their pockets are about to get fat. Not like it's not already fact. They're telling you right now that they want to send somebody $2,000 stimulus. Chat. There's not going to be a $2,000 stimulus. That's a whole bunch of lies. Okay, they're telling those air traffic controllers that if they show back off to work, for some of them that have been working, that they're gonna get a bonus. They're telling them that hey, the 4,000 federal workers that got furloughed or heck fired or whatever, I think it's over 4,000. They want to bring them back. Make that make sense. How the hell are you going to bring the people that already got something to do? They probably already had another job, okay? Because they were thinking ahead. And that's what I've been saying. Like, normal people can do huge, insurmountable odds. All they got to do is have the right rich people's mindset. And that's why right now I'm hoping that somebody can help with this process because they don't understand what's going on. They're only going to help in the process when they start organizing, when they start learning, and when they start applying what they learn. Because it's not about what you think you know. It's about what are you going to do about what's happening right now? What are you going to do about the fact that a lot of people are now seeing for themselves that it's been a big game? It's been a big game that they don't want to tap into. They just been sitting around and saying, oh yeah, we can do this. Oh yeah, we're going to know how to do that. Oh yeah, this is going to happen. Oh yeah, they've been talking about this. I already pinned this comment. You got to go to the forkreskillingrightnow.com and tap into what I'm talking about because that's the only way you're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to understand the forkreskilling.com. That's where I'm tapping in. I'm giving you all the resources and all the free game because I don't have time anymore to be talking and people not responding. But I have time to keep teaching because I believe that when I teach people stuff, they may learn something from the education. And when they learn something from the education, I just got to motivate them a little bit. I just got to encourage them a little bit. I got to tell them that, hey, look, I'm with you. I'm on your side, which I am. But the side that I refuse to be a part of is the side that doesn't want to level up. I know it's not you because there's people on K Street right now that's literally taking your money, okay, because they're roaming the hallways of Congress and they're meeting with your congressional representatives and nobody is saying a damn thing about what they're doing. Nobody's saying how without somebody like you becoming smart in what you're supposed to be doing, that you cannot change what's happening. But it's going to take somebody like you to be smart enough and taking the right amount of action to say to yourself, you know what, I'm sick and tired of what they're doing on K Street. Okay? It doesn't help you. It certainly doesn't help me. But when you start exposing the lies that they've been telling, then you're going to understand how to make sense out of it, chat. You're going to understand how to make sense of it because it's been happening for quite a bit and nobody's been leveling up. Nobody's been holding people accountable. They've been letting them just get fooled. They've been fooling you, and in the process, they've been fooling themselves because that's really what's been happening. Okay, and when I tell you that the blockchain is really where you got to be right now, when I tell you need to start understanding about cryptocurrency, when I tell you that, look, blockchain is the ultimate presentation to help you reach your goals, okay, and cryptocurrency and the other spaces, then you're going to understand. With comprehensive guides, expert advice, and proven strategies, I'm going to expose what these folks have been doing with AI, okay? I want to help you unlock your full potential because at the end of the day, you need to understand these processes. Then you're going to start learning how to start a business and grow your business, improve your creative skills because some people are not creative at all. Or you can advance your understanding that everything you need to do to success. Okay? Success is not an easy road. You got to do a whole bunch of stuff. So don't miss out on this opportunity to take advantage of the goals to the next level. Okay? So grab your hands right now. You see the pin? I've already pinned that stuff. Make sure you're tapping into that pin. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you like and make sure you subscribe. Do anything you need to do right now because I know at some point some people got to go back to the 9 to 5. Okay? I got nothing against the 9 to 5. I just want you to understand that you also need something called what? The rich mindset. And that's the mindset that I've been telling a lot of people about right now, but they'll be sitting on the sideline. This rich mindset is literally going to change everything. It's going to change the game. It's going to tell you what you need to do. It's going to tell you that, hey, look, at some point, it's not about what people are doing to you. It's about what you've been doing to yourself, chat. It's about what you've been doing to yourself because you haven't been taking any action. You've been sitting around. You've been hoping some action is going to show up. For example, you could say, oh, they're going to open the government. So because they're going to open the government, things are going to get better for me. Things are gonna change. There'll be a reset. But is that really what's happening, chat? Is that really what is happening? Are you really thinking there's going to be a reset because somebody told you that they've opened the government for you? What I think you need to be doing right now is you need to be learning new skills. You need to be learning exactly how AI works. You need to be learning how the blockchain is the new game. You need to understand that even though you had the gold standard before, you had people like Mansa Musa make all this money. They're able to buy all the luxury. As a matter of fact, I think Mansa Musa is still the richest person that ever lived because they were way back then in the gold standard and they used to amass huge wealth off of gold. Now we're in the digital currency standard. Okay, and you see blockchain and tokenization is where it's at right now. You basically printing money live and direct, but people don't want you to know. Roy, thank you for joining. You printing money live and direct, and people are literally don't want you to know about this game. But look, I've gone through the back door and I've exposed this game that they've been lying to you. They're telling you the government is open. Oh yeah, don't worry, everything's going. We're gonna send you $2,000 STEAM. You ain't getting no $2,000 STEAM. Okay, your ACA premiums are going to double, and there's nothing you can do about it until you start learning how you can help yourself. Chat, it's not about me. It's about what you're going to do right now to help yourself, how you're going to be operating, okay, and how you're going to be moving, because you don't have time to be tinkering and worrying about who's going to give you what stimulus, who's going to give you what snap, who's going to give you what they call that stuff, EBT. They don't care anymore, chat. Give gaff. They don't absolutely care anymore. That's why now you need to be exploring some of these processes that I've been sharing. And I just haven't been sharing it till now. I would give you a prime example of what I'm talking about. They don't want to release the consumer price index. They do not want to release the consumer price index because we're literally in a recession, chat. We're in a recession, so you're not going to see any October CPI money. But what I will give you again, I will tell you what's really happening. Okay, you see this chart right here? Do you see this chart? This is the correlation between Bitcoin and the US dollars. It's been going kind of productively for some people for a while. They've been thinking to themselves that all the money is there, but is there really a money supply issue right now? Or do we have people transitioning from the fiat, which is the paper money, and they're transitioning to the digital? Because that's what's happening right now. They are literally transitioning from old way of making money to a new way of making money, new way of storing value. And the new gold right now, chat, the new gold in what we're talking about is called Bitcoin. The new gold is called Bitcoin. I don't care what anybody says. That is the new gold. We're already in a recession, chat. We're already in a recession, and this is the proof. This is the proof. This is the correlation between Bitcoin and the US dollar. You see the movement. It's an inverse relationship, y'all. When the market goes down, Bitcoin goes up. You understand? So if prices are high right now, if prices are high, and if in the month of October, they probably were the highest prices ever, believe me, okay, I'm not trying to be like him, but he likes, okay, I'm not trying to be like him, but he likes to do this thing to make you believe, and everybody's believing him. You need to start learning about these technologies. And I'm going to show you how. I've already pinned the direct link, the forkreskilling.com. Look at the chat and go there right now. But I'm not just going to tell you, I'm going to show you why you need to be doing that. I'm going to show you right now, chat. I'm going to show you why you need to be doing that. Okay? I'm going to show it to you because I'm not playing around anymore. Okay? I'm literally not playing around. Okay, chat, look. You see this right here? Do you see this Bitcoin? Do you freaking see that Bitcoin is dominating stuff right here? It's a revolution that's going on, chat. It's a revolution that's going on with these cryptocurrencies. It's a revolution that's going on with this cryptocurrencies. But I'm telling you right now, you need to learn this thing. You need to learn it because I've told you that we're in a recession. We're in a recession, okay? The ensuing recession did not just happen. It's been going on for quite a while. I've shown you the chart between the US dollar and Bitcoin. But now you need to learn how to tokenize. You need to learn the exact step-by-step process that I've been using to tell you what you need to learn. The problem is you don't want to learn. You don't want to learn. You're expecting these people to tell you something. And I've been telling you the same thing the last 10 years, that we're going to come to a situation right now where only some people that understand this game are going to be more apt to help themselves. Okay, go ahead right now. I've pinned the link, the direct link to my site. And if you go there, this is just one of the products. I'm not just telling you to buy this. I'm telling you that you can reskill and rebuild, chat. You can reskill and rebuild. And while you're there, you need to be learning new skills because I already know these skills. You're not telling me nothing. This is the one I just told you. I just showed you. You're going to learn about the blockchain and cryptocurrency revolution. Okay. But that's not all. I also want you to learn that, look, you need to learn how to redefine capitalism. It's not about what I'm saying. It's about what you need to be doing. You also need to know the rule of the narrative of history because people, they're literally trying to take the history away from you. And then you need to empower yourself through your mindset. Because like I said, it's all about your mindset. It's all about how you think. It's all about what you do because you're going to come every day and you're going to tell yourself that you're ready to tap in. You're ready to tap into some of these resources. And I'm not going to show you that if I'm not telling you what I need. Then you're going to understand the policy and system. What are the policies and systems that are changing things right now? These policies and systems are literally changing things, but people don't understand how it impacts them. They're only thinking about how the blockchain and cryptocurrencies is not something they can trust, but they don't understand that people already put this change on them. And the chains are you going 9 to 5. The chains are the 40 day plus, I think it's 43 days of government shutdown where people were not getting paid. But you need to understand how that impacts you because at the end of the day, it's not about what impacts me. It's about what impacts you. You also need to understand that if you don't start learning new skills and rebuilding, you're going to be in a world of hurt, chat. Okay, you're going to be in a world of hurt because, again, you have to cooperate. It's not always about competition. People like to make it about competition. I'm going to compete with this person. I'm going to compete with this person. But they don't understand at the end of the day, there's all these modules, these economic modules that people need to know how to tap into right now. And you need to know how to tap into these modules because it's not about what you're doing. It's about how are you going to tap into these modules. These things are working for you right now. Okay. And at the end of the day, you have to know about financial literacy. Okay. Is it right or is it wrong? Financial literacy as a civil right. You probably have your own right, okay, and things that you want to achieve. But at the end of the day, I want you to be inspired. I want you to be motivated. I want you to tap in. And also, I'm also offering resources that include digital products because people have told me that they want to know how to do their own digital products. So I will show you the exact step-by-step process that I've utilized to tap into these digital products. These are the same digital products that help me amass a lot of connections, and this is the connection that I want you to know about. Okay, chat. So I wanted to just show you the real deal because at the end of the day, it's not about what I'm saying. It's about what I'm saying. It's not about what I'm saying. It's about how I've been able to tap in, how I've been able to get my own resources, how I've been able to get a piece of the pie. You need to learn how to do that too. Because I'm telling you, the people on K Street don't care about you. They're going to keep cutting your EBT. They're going to keep cutting all your stuff. They're going to keep telling you the big lies. And you're going to sit out there and start thinking to yourself, hey, how come I'm not getting what I need to get? You're going to be saying that. You're going to be saying, how come when I think I'm moving forward, I'm only seeing that I'm moving backwards? Check. Are you in the same situation where you think you're moving forward, but you're only moving backwards? Because it's happening to a lot of people right now. They think they're moving forward, but they're literally moving backwards. They're not helping themselves and they're not achieving anything. And the reason they're not achieving anything is because people have been lying to them. They've been telling them something and they've been doing something else, chat. They've been saying, go do this, but at the end of the day, that's not really what's happening. It's not really what's happening. They're not really helping them level up. They're not helping them with the real business of knowing how to create, knowing how to monetize, knowing how to tokenize. They're not helping them with none of that stuff. They're busy telling them the wrong information. And a lot of people have been saying to themselves that they want to learn new stuff. They want to learn new skills. They want to know what artificial intelligence is. They want to know how to deploy their own smart contracts. But that's not what they're telling these folks. They're telling them how they should be dependent on EBT and how, how somebody took away their SNAP benefits. They're telling them all these lies, and they think this is how it's supposed to be, chat. At the end of the day, I don't blame these folks. Obex_, thank you for joining. Go ahead and tap in, grab your daily hearts, do whatever you got to do. But at the end of the day, I'm out here giving free game. Okay, make sure you tap into the forkreskilling.com. I've pinned it somewhere in the chat. Okay, go ahead and grab it and go in there and get all the resources you can and start learning about what I'm talking about. Okay, start learning about how to tokenize, start learning about cryptocurrencies, start learning about the fact that now is the time for you to start making up your own rules. Okay, start learning about how you can actually start your own business, because at the end of the day, it's not about what I'm telling you. There are costs to starting a business, and you need to learn what those costs are. You need to start categorizing your costs, because there's a cost for you to come to this TT. There's a cost for you to go to YT. There's a cost for you to go to Insta, all of this stuff. There's also a cost for you to think you're going to be getting $2,000 stimulus. There's a cost to that. Okay, because at the end of the day, they're not giving you nothing for free. Okay, they're not giving you nothing for free. There's free game, and then there's action that you need to take to tap into what it is that you want right now. Because again, at the end of the day, you're the one that's going to be making the decisions, not somebody on K Street. They want you to believe that somebody on K Street is going to help you tap into what it is you want to get into. They want you to believe that you are not powerful enough. They want you to believe that you don't have the mindset to make your own decisions. Don't believe the hype. You know who that is, right? Okay. Look, all jokes apart, I want you to be successful. I want you to look deep within yourself and know that you can achieve anything that you put your mind to, Chad. I want you to know that. And I'm hoping that you can take action to help you reach the next step of what it is. And I know you're capable of doing, Chad. Music Man, thank you for joining. Look, I've been talking about this for quite a while, and people have not been listening to what I've been telling them. Tiona T, thank you for joining. They've been literally gatekeeping this information from you. They took away your SNAP. They took away your EBT. Now you don't know if you're going to eat. That's how serious this is, chat. They've also told you that you need to report back to work, even though you haven't been paid for the last 40 days. So yeah, Gilly, thank you for joining. You haven't been paid for the last 40 days. You literally been working for free, but you got to change your mindset, chat. You literally got to change your mindset. Nasty 23, thank you for joining. You literally have to change your mindset, because your mindset is what it's all about. You got to have the rich mindset. Chat, you have to have the rich mindset. And the rich mindset doesn't come with you just chilling, with you just saying, I'm good. Ain't nothing good up in here. Make no mistake about it. There's nothing good with this way things have been happening. And you've been sitting around there and you've been just hoping that things are going to get better. Guess what? It's going to get worse before it gets better. That's why now is the time for you to tap into these resources that I've curated for you. I put the link somewhere here in the chat. I pinned it. Tap into it right now. Don't let these resources pass you by, because a lot of people like Dennis, thank you for joining. They sit around, they come through, they scroll through this TT app, and they ain't taking action. I want you to be very, very deliberate with the actions that you're going to take, because these are the same exact actions that I've taken to prepare myself for what's going on. Because I've been telling people this was coming. I've been ringing the alarm bell that this was coming, and nobody's been listening. Now you have a situation where we're moving away from fiat money. Okay, we have international financial upheavals that's happening right now in the form of tariffs, and people have been saying this is hurting everybody. Of course, it's hurting everybody, but the question is, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to sit around and say, "Hey, I'm good"? You're going to put your fingers and pray? There's nothing wrong with praying, but you got to take action, chat. You got to take action. You got to start understanding what is happening with the digital transformation, because it's not going to stop anytime soon. You have to know that now is the time You need to be taking the action. I'm not the one telling you, Williams Velso. I'm not the one telling you that you should be taking the action. You need to be taking the action. The only thing I can say is encourage you so you can take the right action, and also give you the resources that you need to be using right now to take the right action. Because let's face it, the EBTs are not going to get restored. I hate to break the news to you. The SNAP is not going to get restored. You're not going to get no $2,000 STIMO. You're not getting none of that stuff. I hate to break the news. Okay, Rockman, thank you for joining. But I want you to understand what it is you need to be doing right now, because this recession is happening. It's happening as we speak. Okay, the consumer price index is not going to get released because they're blaming the shutdown. Let me tell you something. See this chart right here? This is telling you what Bitcoin is doing compared to the US dollar. It's telling you that way back when, if you were to tap into Bitcoin, you can understand that Bitcoin was doing better than the US dollar. It was doing better because there was a relationship between Bitcoin and the US dollar. And now that relationship hasn't changed. It's actually an inverse. So we're moving from the fiat money and we're moving into the digital economy. And only the people that understand what this digital economy can do for them can tap in. Only those people are going to understand. I know somebody just pinned a thing in there. TM that me. Thank you for pinning that. But I need you to go to what I pinned, which is at theforkreskilling.com. That's the first link within my bio. Go ahead and tap in. When you go to that link, you're going to see all the resources that I've put together for you. I've curated all these resources to help everybody become the best value of themselves. Okay, but so that's what I wanted to come and tell you guys about. I've been here for about 2 hours now, but at the end of the day, it's all about what you're gonna do for yourself. It's not about, it's about what I'm doing, because I can't do everything for everybody. I can only motivate you, I can only encourage you, but at the end of the day, you gotta come correct and you gotta do the job. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm gonna see you on my last